Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to a new StarCraft II Heart of the Swarm Beta Edition. This time it's going to be a Zerg vs Zerg between me spawning as the red Zerg in the bottom right corner of some map that I really don't know the name of. It's actually one of the new Heart of the Swarm maps, but you know, nobody knows those names, so you have to bear with me. But my opponent for this game is going to be none other than ROOT.Destiny. Now, you might have heard from this guy. He is probably the most popular streamer of StarCraft II of all time that isn't really like the best of the best. Of course, you have people like Stefano who will easily pull 10k viewers every time they stream, but this guy actually used to pull that many viewers as well. Recently switching over to League of Legends almost full time, but he still plays some Heart of the Swarm every now and then. So while playing this game I actually wondered if it was the real ROOT.Destiny, but it turns out there's really only one guy playing under that idea. There's actually a few other people that have the same idea, but most of them are actually Gold League or something, and this guy, he was playing really good in this game. So it's most likely going to be the real ROOT.Destiny. I actually asked right here because I wasn't sure, but it must be him, because what other player really uses the idea of ROOT.Destiny in the Heart of the Swarm beta that is this high MMR. So I hope you guys will enjoy this game. One of the more famous people in the StarCraft II community, so it should be a relatively good game. Now, I'm going to open up fairly standard right here, going to open up with a 15 spawning pool, 15 gas, which is one of the build orders that I've been doing lately for quite a while. I actually want to go for some early aggression with a bunch of Zerglings, and while I'm on the way creating Zerglings, I'm also going to make a expansion, but while creating Zerglings, I actually make the decision whether or not I'm going to continue the Zergling production during the game, and if I feel like if I can get an easy win. And if I won't be able to get an easy win, if he, for example, doesn't go for a hatchery first, I will actually go and make some drones right after making the initial Zerglings. So there we see me actually already getting my gas up, already throwing my drone right now to the low ground, actually going to make that into a hatchery right now, and everything is going fine in my place. However, my opponent for this game is going to do something else. He's actually opening up with a gas first, followed up by a spawning pool, and right now he's actually going to make an expansion right after starting his queen, while finishing up his spawning pool, and he also instantly starts the Zergling upgrade. So here we go. He's actually sending this drone a little bit too early, probably a build order that he hasn't done too much, because it's really weird. But like I said, he's most likely just going to open up really cheesy, because he wants to up his MMR really quickly and get to playing the professional players, like he's used to. So here we go. The first queen is already out, and he's actually going to inject with that. I will actually wonder if he's going to start a second queen. I highly doubt it, but interesting to note, he's still mining gas at this point, so he's most likely going to go for a either a roach warren or a baling nest, most likely a baling nest, because that's what all the cool kids are doing right now. But as you can see, I already have 6 Zerglings right now across the map, and really important to note for me is that where's my overlord? There we go. Is that I didn't actually notice that he went for a early gas. The thing that I actually noticed is that he hatchery was already wobbling, and since this map is new, I actually don't know for sure if I can actually fly in with an overlord at 15 supply. So because, you know, maybe his queen is out and I will lose the overlord for free. So I actually pulled back with my overlord, and here my Zerglings are going across the map, and at this point I have absolutely no clue. I've actually meant to just snipe off something, and here I see all his Zerglings already having speed, so I'm actually trying to walk into a little bit of a corner, but it turns out I lose a bunch of Zerglings right here. I actually created a lot more actually to do more and more aggression. My Zergling speed itself is about to be finished, but as you can see on the production tab, his baling nest just finished up himself. So he's right now having 2 hatcheries right now, and baling nests, and a lot of Zerglings, actually instantly going to morph a lot of balings right here at my ramp. But luckily for me, I actually do manage to make him unmorph all those banelings and chase him a little bit with my Zerglings. More and more Zerglings for both of us on the production tab. Neither of the both players is actually creating any kind of drones at this point in the game. However, we can see that he has a little bit more right now, so I'm actually going to pull back, going to actually start mining some gas myself again, and I'm also going to actually try and get my own baling nest up to counter his banelings, because really the counter to banelings is of course banelings, because for roaches you actually will need a lot more. So here I'm a little bit engaging, kind of a bad engagement to be honest, because I'm losing a lot more Zerglings that he actually did. However, I'm 2 supply ahead. I'm also creating a few drones if I'm able to. Actually right now it's equal, but at the point I'm actually creating 4 Zerglings, or or 4 drones rather. So those 4 drones will give me a little bit of an advantage. I'm also going to start my road for, or my bailing nets right now, but I'm actually once again going to engage his army, actually trying to make him unmorph those bailings, but it looks like he is not able to. However, right now, looks like we have a little bit of a time to breathe. I have 2 queens out right now. I actually still have 2 drones mining gas as well. And I have more and more zerglings coming across the map. However, I will need a few zerglings in my main base to morph into banelings when he tries to run by. But at this point, looks like he is maybe going to play a little bit safely. At least that is what I am thinking at this point, because I haven't seen him do much at all. But it looks like he's actually not producing any kind of zergling. So my initial plan right here is actually walk by his army and actually go for a counter-attack while morphing in banelings, but my bailing nest is a little bit late. Should have put 3 drones into gas instead of 2, and this way I would have actually had banelings out in time, but it looks like he is going to actually be able to move up my base. If I'm not careful, he's actually morphing a lot of banelings in right here. Going to actually try and engage a little bit right here, but I really don't want to target fire those banelings because that will just cost me so many zerglings. So luckily for me, my spine crawler finished right now. I have a bunch of zerglings or a bunch of banelings out as well, and I actually want to morph in some more. Actually going to try and get some easy nice hits, but of course he's not going to fall for that. He will be able to I will actually be able to trade 2 banelings for 2 banelings and 2 zerglings, so a little bit of an advantage right there for me. I'm also having the defensive position with 2 queens, of course, so I can have a little bit of an advantage, but this is pretty much all in. With all my overlords on the map, however, I can see that he is going for this all in. And here we go, he's going to move up with all those banelings. I'm actually having a few banelings myself, blowing up a few of them, but right here, he's actually going to engage my army, and will I be able to micro this properly? Of course, we are playing on the North American server, which means that he will have a lower latency than me. Or actually, he's in Poland at the moment, I guess. Okay, forget about that, but both of us are actually playing with quite a high latency, which makes the banelings a lot harder to control, simply because, you know, there's like half a second delay before your actions happen to the actual game. But here we go. I'm actually wasting a lot of zerglings to nothing at all, and I'm actually going to lose this game because he did a lot better micro than me, and I say GG, well played. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this game, and I see you again. Bye!